Hello there everybody, good morning. It's Jessie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff here on FlossTube. I'm coming to you on this Sunday, December 12th, 2021 with my next Flossmas. Flossmas day 12, episode like 6, it's fine. So we are here for just a regular Flossmas update, show you what I've been stitching on, open a couple advents. Today we're also going to talk briefly about some musings, some ideas for my plans for 2022. And I'm going to show you my whip go board for 2022, which I have finally finalized, I think. Still have a couple of weeks left to change my mind. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get started, and we are going to start with what I've been stitching on. So I have been working on Heap on the Wood by Brenda Gervais, and I had a heck of a time working on this yesterday. I think I'm in a bit of a stitchy slump. I think I'm so ready for the new year and to start tackling my goals for next year that I'm having a hard time with what I'm working on currently. I think that that's part of it. It probably also has to do with holiday stress, and we're getting ready to fly at the end of next week. So, my brain is a little bit occupied. Anyway. So the progress that I made is not a whole lot between yesterday and this morning, but I did a little bit. So Heap on the Wood, and I'm going to continue working on this today. So this is where I'm up to, and forgive the thread, I stopped mid-tree. So you can see the house is finished, windows, door, and all, and then I started work on some trees. And that's pretty much all I was able to get done between yesterday and this morning. So the thread that I'm using for the trees, it's super dark. It's supposed to be Weeks Dye Works Oscar, which is it's still a dark green, but it's not as dark as this. This is a limited edition Gentle Arts thread that has been in my stash for probably, 8 years, 9 years. I bought a lot of Gentle Arts off eBay when I didn't know a thing about hand-dyed threads. So who knows how long this sat in the previous person's stash before it came to me. And so the threads, it's not stitching up very smooth. I have to railroad my stitches quite a lot, and anyway. So I'm thinking that this green is used pretty prevalently. And since I'm stitching this on a 32 count vintage maple sugar by Lakeside, I think that I'm probably going to need another skein, a different skein of green. This holly leaf vine border thing is done in that color, and so I think I might pull a different thread for that and just continue to use this really dark limited edition Gast for the trees and other smaller accents, because obviously I'm not going to be able to buy another skein of this color. I won't be able to color match that at all. So I'm going to have a look at my stash and pull a thread. To be honest, I was thinking this morning, one of the Weeks Dye Works that I opened up yesterday, so from one of the previous days, Weeks Dye Works Holly. I might pull that and use that in this. So that would be kind of fun to use my Advent while I'm going through my Christmas stitching. So that is the plan, and I'm working on this through the end of today, and then tomorrow is the 13th, so I'll be switching to Kindred Spirits for some dark 13 stitching. So that is my progress on Heap on the Wood. So I thought we would do a little whip update with this project of mine. So here is Baby Does Stuff. Baby Does Stuff is 11 months old today. 11 months old today! She has 7 teeth. I feel like she's been teething for a month. And as you can see, she's chewing on her fingers today. So we'll see. I don't see any indication that her teeth are coming, but she's been a little bit ornery these last few days. We think she's going through a little bit of a sleep regression and she's fighting second nap. Isn't that fun? Yeah. What else is going on? She is standing. She's obsessed with her feet. Yes, you got foots. You see those foots? We are basically doing like baby-led weaning. So she is eating real food almost all the time. So she's got eggs and toast for breakfast this morning. Eggs and toast, which is her favorite. She also loves avocado and strawberries and salmon. We're working on broccoli. She's not a fan of the broccoli. She likes sweet potato. Oh yeah, sweet potato. Yeah. She does a little bit of babbling every now and again when she feels like it. It was mama mama mama, and now it seems to be da 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 da. Right? What else? What else do we need to talk about? She hasn't started her first Haid yet, but we'll get there. What do you see? Huh? What do you see? Do you see that girl? You see that girl? Ooh. Who's that? You say hi? Hi. 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 Yeah. Oh, my girl. So that's it for this project update. She may make an appearance again later on in Flossmas. I did not bring my knit, so I'll just update that tomorrow. I finished my purl row while I was editing yesterday, and then I got the first like 20 stitches into the final knit row started, but I'll just show that knit progress tomorrow. Okay, so let's talk plans for 2022. Plans is a very broad term. None of my plans are set in stone. I wrote them in sand. Yeah, subject to change. But here's what I know for certain. WIPGO 2022. I have finished my board, so I'm going to insert that here so that you can see what I will be working on for WIPGO next year. A couple of years ago, I did a random assortment of projects, and the goals fit the project. Some things had finish goals, some things had high stitch count goals. They were year-long goals. This year, I did 8 projects repeated 3 times, and my goal for all of those blocks was 5 days or 1,500 stitches, whichever came first, in the month that the block was called. And I let myself play catch up. And that was really successful for me. Like, I have never done this well in WIPGO since inception, since I created the thing. And so I'm going to repeat the same kind of thought process into 2022. I'm going to keep that goal the same. 5 days or 1,500 stitches, whichever comes first, in the month that the block is called. The projects, however, I've switched it all up. I have identified like 26 projects in my active WIPs, including a couple of fairly soon to new start, that I think I could finish if I put some focused effort into them. They're admittedly most of my smaller things and furthest along things. So I'm going to be trying to get further traction into those 24 things. 2 did not make the WIPGO board, so they are my alternates if I need them, which you see in that corner on my board. But I'm going to try to make some further traction into these things and hopefully get a pile of finishes next year, which I think would be just really cool. But we shall see. What else am I doing in 2022? Some friends and I have a challenge where we're going to be doing some goal-based stitching, which I'm really excited about. we have kind of a secondary challenge where we all picked something on our own and broke it up into 12 parts. And we're going to try to reach that goal each month. Would you like to know which project I picked? You're probably going to be surprised. I chose Bluebeard's Princess Mirabella by Mirabilia. I know, that's kind of a weird pick for me. Because my next Mira focus is touching the autumn sky. So here's my thought process with this. The goal for this challenge that we're doing is to spread the project out throughout the year, to break it up into smaller pieces, but to continue to make progress. I would like to finish touching the autumn sky by summer next year. And so I thought that it was kind of silly for me to try to break that up and spread it across the year when I'm trying to finish it faster than that. So I went with my next Mira. I have done this in the past with like Lady of the Flag and Stargazer, where I broke it up into monthly chunks. I really like that kind of thought process, and so that's what I'm doing with Bluebeard's Princess Mirabella. Now that project, I have a lot of the stitching done at the top. And what I've decided to do is I broke up the pattern into 19 stitches high by the width. And I'm going to do backstitch, beads, and all, working my way down. So my first couple of months is really just going to be beads because I have that top section mostly done with the stitching. So I have to get my beads ordered. So that should be coming here fairly soon. Just to get ready for January. I would also really like to touch all of my whips. Can you hear this? Like, my plans are growing very quickly. I would really like to touch all of my whips next year. I have some things that I haven't worked on since 2019, which I don't like that. I don't like that I have projects that I haven't worked on in years, plural. That's weird. So my hope is that I can touch everything next year. We'll see. We'll see how that all shakes out. We also have the 22,000 in 2022 challenge with Full Coverage Fanatics. I have already talked to you guys about this, that I'm doing that on Snow Castle. So I will get going on that challenge just as soon as I finish the page on Ravenkin. 22,000 stitches should get me more than a row finish on that piece. So that's really cool. I'm looking forward to getting into the castle on that one. Speaking of Randall Spangler, today is Randall Spangler's birthday. So happy birthday, Randall Spangler. Frosty X Stitch Dawn, she's the one who kind of let us all know that today was his birthday. And there is a Randall Spangler that I would really like to get started. And I thought, today would be a really great excuse to do that. But I don't have the fabric. I need an 18-inch wide piece of fabric, or I need a 24-inch wide piece of fabric because the design is 18 inches wide. And my biggest piece of full coverage fabric, if you will, is it's 18 inches wide. So I would have zero margin. So that's not going to work. So I'm not going to be able to get that started today, which is okay. That's all right. I don't need a new Haid right now. Okay, what else is going on next year? I feel really silly talking about all these big plans. Cross Stitcher's Journal and Daily 30. This year they had the Zombie Run Challenge that I'm sure you've heard talked about all over FlossTube, and I've certainly mentioned it a few times on my channel. So their year-long challenge for next year, we don't have the details for yet. Not sure what that's going to entail. But they did ask us to name 3 projects that we would like to focus on. So this year it was 4. Next year will be 3. So I'm curious to see what the details are going to be. Hopefully we'll get those details here fairly soon. I chose August Quilt as my first choice. And then my other 2, I debated putting my other 2015 whips, my last holdouts from 2015 in. But I spent this year focused on that, and I think I did a really great job, and so I'm going to sort of give myself some more freedom of choice. So the other two projects I chose were Leah Gronow, 1872 by Mary Wind Farm. I would really like to get that finished next year, or at the very least make a ton of progress on it. And have Faith, or which I changed to Family by Cottage Garden Samplings. That is one of the Songbird's Garden, and I haven't worked on one of those in so long, and I love those designs. And I would like to stitch all 12, and I have one finished, so need to get going, and I'm looking forward to getting back to that. So those are my 3, and we'll see how that all works into the plan for next year. I think that's enough talk about plans. That's a lot of planning, and I don't really want to set anything in stone, you know? I want to be a little bit more free to sweewee, and to, I don't know, make some progress. So anyway, that's enough of that. Let's get going with the Advents. Okay, so I am going to do the tea first because I always do the tea first. All right, so tea first. This is 24 Days of Tea from David's Tea, and we need just one of these today. We need just day 12. Okay, so just day 12, and we have, oh, there's some big stuff in here. We have Let It Snow. Is candied pineapple, green tea, black currants, apple, cinnamon, white chocolate, cloves, stevia extract, and very specific natural flavoring. So this is a green tea, and it's low on the caffeine. So I will give that a try. Speaking of try, yesterday I had day 4, and it's the dark chocolate orange. I filmed it vlog style, and I had my finger over the microphone, so you can't hear me. I drank about a third of the cup and poured the rest down the drain. There wasn't enough orange flavor to it, and the chocolate was, I don't love chocolate teas. That's just not my thing. There's a chocolate chai that I used to get in like a chai sampler pack, and I never liked that one. I never go for the chocolate chai, and I just don't care for chocolate teas. So this Let It Snow is going to be interesting because it's got the white chocolate in it. Okay, let's get on with Patchwork Rabbit. I already took this down because you see the little clothespins that they're all hanging on? So that was sent by the Patchwork Rabbit, but they break really easy, and that's what happened with day 12. So this one's kind of heavy and solid. I don't think this is a thread. So day 12. And oh, how cute! These are Putford scissors with big old finger holes. How cute! Love those. Those are so adorable. And they're by Kelmscott Designs. So, very fun. I love those. So that's it for the Advents for today. So everybody, I am going to head off here. I will see you all tomorrow with day 13. We are halfway through here. Oh my goodness, that just occurred to me. We are halfway through. So happy stitching. As always, be kind. Happy Flossmas. See y'all tomorrow.